So you have a lot of support in Fargo from your local leaders for this movement and what it stands for. What I get a lot is, well, you must be a pothead. You must be one of those lazy guys that just sits in his house and smokes marijuana all day, and that's why you're here speaking for it. I'm in the Air Force. I can't smoke pot, and I won't smoke pot. But I believe in a few things, and one of those things is personal liberty. The ability to do what you feel is important to you or that you enjoy if you're not harming other folks. And I think that me having a beer on stage here doesn't harm anyone. I'm going to responsibly get home, and I think people can responsibly smoke marijuana. And there are benefits to it. Quite frankly, I think if we went back in time and someone said, if an alternate universe came about and marijuana was legal and alcohol wasn't, and someone said, hey, I got this new substance, if you drink too much you'll die, it's highly addictive, and I want to try it, people would say, well, you're out of your mind, we already have pot. So I think that if you're responsible with doing what you're doing, I think it's a tenet for a lot of North Dakotans to say, if it doesn't harm anyone else, to go ahead and do that. And I think we should, that's one reason to legalize it. The other thing is one of these guys actually talked about it when you're doing your performance, which was really good, by the way, is the war on drugs is an abject failure. We are putting more and more people in jail. We're spending more and more to do it, and it's for mostly non-violent crimes. Some states have upwards of 40% of their 40% of the population in prison is there for non-violent drug offenses. We could flip that on its ear. We could say, look, instead of putting someone in jail for smoking marijuana, they could purchase it legally at a store where it's safe, which is what this measure wants to do. They could use it responsibly, and we could tax it. We could tax it. We could use that money for positive things, which again this measure is doing. It's going towards public health. It's going towards schools and other things that we need in the general fund budget of North Dakota that we need. So instead of charging people with a crime and perhaps ruining their lives, we're going to try to do the other way and actually turn a profit for North Dakota, which is actually a good thing for us. Medical marijuana was a good step in the right direction, and I think that most people here would admit that the bureaucracy has gotten in the way. We should already have medical marijuana up and running in North Dakota. We voted heavily for it as residents. In a very conservative state, we said we want this to happen, and the government stepped in the way and dragged their feet, which is anti-conservative in my opinion. We are letting a bureaucracy run our freedoms and our liberties, and that to me is the opposite of what I voted for and what I'm trying to represent as city commissioner. Marijuana is not something that I'll do. It's not something that I want to do. It is, however, less harmful than alcohol. It is less harmful than opioids. And if we can save some lives here locally in my city from people using marijuana instead of other substances that you can buy legally from a pharmacy that are killing folks, then we need to go ahead and try that out, I think. So I respect the movement. I'm a supporter. I know John's a supporter. You have politicians that are there to push this agenda forward, and it wouldn't happen if there weren't regular folks up there that were standing with us. I can stand on a stage and no one's here. It doesn't mean anything, but it matters that you folks are out there pushing for this to happen, getting signatures, spreading the word, Facebook, talking to friends. It's all very, very important. I can only do so much as a politician. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna stop talking because John's a much more better orator than I am. And thanks for being here. Appreciate it.